And I love where you said we need to get everybody in a collective room and make collective decisions that are thoughtful.
We do, and figure out what the problems are.
Amen.
And I do disagree with fans that say, I don't want to watch this anymore. These kids don't care. They still do. They still go to school. They still compete. You watch those playoff games, those kids were competing their tails off trying to win games. So the kids didn't ask for the money. They want the money. I don't blame a parent if they're going to ask. People are having trouble keeping the rosters. We had a lot of trouble keeping our second team players. A lot of trouble because they could start at other places. So then you lose your special teams, and then you lose your backup safety because he could make more money there than he could at your place because he can start as compared to the other. But I still believe in the kids, and they do want to compete. We had a booster that was he's in the Hall of Fame. He's an NFL Hall of Famer. We had a receiver that dropped balls in a game. He dropped about 7, and he caught 15 in a game earlier. And the guy was mad after the game, and he actually came by me and said, so how much we paying that guy to drop balls? And I thought, not much. He didn't drop the balls because we were paying him or because we weren't. Because he's got some anxiety issues, and it didn't work that night for him. So we have to be careful that we're treating our game like the NFL, and we're treating 18-year-olds like they're 26. And really and truly, we've got to slow down and make sure we're still talking to 18-year-olds that are just getting paid.
So well said. A sports psychologist, dear friend of mine named Dr. Michael Gervais, often would say that we can talk to them like they're older, but the brain development is still at the same stage. Like you can't change that. Right? But your brain isn't even fully developed till you're 25. So we're talking about young men at 18, 19, 20. Like I think of some of these young quarterbacks that have transferred 2, 3, 4 times. And I'm like, I try to empathize because you're navigating so much. And I think people like you is what the sport needs. So let's go to that, Coach. Like, do you want to run this thing? Do you want to be the head of college football? Like, obviously you have influence. We just saw our good friend Pete Carroll, 73 years old, become a head coach. Like, do you still want to leave your fingerprints with a whistle around your neck on the game? Or do you want to go into a more of an administrative role? Like you can clearly impact the sport we adore.
Yeah. Well, Yogi, I love the players, I love the coaches, and I love the game. That's all I've ever done. I played when I was in the 4th grade. So I've been involved in this game my entire life. So I want to do something. I don't want to be the commissioner of college football until somebody figures out how to get everybody in the same room and make decisions. Right now, people are worried about lawsuits. They're worried about Title IX. They're worried about somebody getting their feelings hurt. So there's so many worries that what's best? Let's figure out what is best for our game and those kids and those fans and those parents and the coaches. The coaches have got a tougher life, a more difficult life now than ever before. And let's go back and figure out what keeps this game getting better. It's a great game. And we've gotten off track a little bit. It's going to get back on track. I don't know when. But the sooner the better. And we got to get it back on track, and we got to get people to do it. So I want to help. I want to be involved. I think they need to start asking people that have lived the life some of the questions before the decisions are made. A lot of these decisions have been made without ever asking a coach. And the coaches could have said, that's not going to work, and here's why. And then you go back and say, this might work. Or what if we tweak it this way? Or let's look at this way first. But we, instead of taking a pill, we took the bottle. We just took the whole bottle and said, okay, let's go transfer. Everybody can transfer it wants to. Because we fought the NCAA for Tez Walker, our receiver, to transfer. And we felt like he should transfer. Then after we got him eligible, they said, okay, now everybody can transfer. And you don't want everybody being able to transfer at all times. It's just not healthy.